Hello guys, we are back with the TNA throwback and we are already on the go home show for Victory Road. It's July 8th, 2010. And in this episode we're gonna see what will happen on the last show before the pay-per-view, and we're gonna review the matches for the show. But let's start first with recap from last week's show. So it traditionally started with a recap. Sting opened the show along with Jeff Jarrett and called out Anderson and called him a coward for running away last week. Sting doesn't know if Anderson's with World Elite, but he's still a thorn in his eye, and Sting told Anderson to pick up two partners because he's facing him, Angle, and Jarrett tonight in a six-man tag. RVD defeated Kid Cash via frog splash and Kazarian did commentary. Joe was attacked before his match with Lito by Steiner and Pete Williamson was taken out. Lito came out, he called out Styles. He insulted him and said he's been hiding ever since he covered Flair. He fought for Flair pretty much. Styles came out, they had a quick match with ending a double countout. So Pope came out with Orlando Jordan and talked about him joining his congregation. Anderson deliberately walked past Gunner and Abyss when he was searching for his partners. As I have explained in the last episode, Anderson is not supposed to be affiliated with World Elite, and we're gonna distinguish the heels because every wrestler has a personality. We can't put them all under one umbrella. British Invasion defeated Generation Me. Robbie E and Daniels defeated Hardy and Aries when Christy distracted Hardy for the roll-up by Robbie E. Aries told Daniels he's gonna find out the stipulation next week. Anderson agreed to team up with Root and Storm. Not agreed, but actually they agreed to team up with him. He recruited them. Awesome Kong defeated the Beautiful People in a handicap match. Jarrett called out Bashir, so they will figure out the two people they're gonna face with Angle at the pay-per-view. Bashir was pretty obnoxious here and chose Abyss and Gunner as the partners, as the guys who are gonna face Jarrett and Angle at the pay-per-view. Team 3D defeated LAX to gain some momentum. They're gonna watch Beer Money tonight. Kong declared dominance over the Knockouts division. Morgan had an interview and said he's gonna find a new partner sooner or later, and that didn't work out with Zack Ryder. The main event, Anderson teamed up with Beer Money and they defeated Sting, Angle, and Jarrett. Anderson beat Jarrett after the rest of his team was taken out. And after the match, Anderson celebrated with Beer Money and they all raised their titles. If you guys follow me every episode, you're gonna notice that sometimes during my booking I can explain something happened, but actually after this I may change my mind and I may do a segment in a different way, but it's 99% the same. This is in particular to the last segment where I have told you guys that Sting is gonna stare down Anderson, but during my edit I figured out that it's better to just it's better to just have the heels close out with their titles, close out the show with the titles, and put off the situation for this week's show. So this is a dark match. So let me put the first three segments and I'm gonna explain my idea. So the show is gonna open surprisingly with no world champ or no world elite. Styles is gonna come out because we'll have to find a way to continue the feud. We have to establish the feud. This is an important feud, Styles and Lito. We can't take a backseat to this feud, so we're gonna open the show with them. Styles is gonna open the show. He's gonna call out Lito, and actually Styles is gonna demand to have a match with Lito because Lito has been getting on his nerves ever since he came back, and as you follow the storyline, Lito helped Flair, and Lito is acting as a protector for Flair, who was savagely beaten down by Styles. Lito is supposed to be the babyface, and he's defending his... Flair became a mentor of Lito. So Styles is gonna demand a match against Lito. Lito will agree and even will up the stakes. He's gonna propose a no DQ match. Styles is gonna say that he's gonna win and he's gonna reveal what kind of a loser Lito is to his old mentor Ric Flair, who is his mentor right now, Lito's mentor. And this is gonna happen in the opening segment of the show. We're gonna establish that they will have a no disqualification match, or a street fight or something of the sort where we can have a DQ. Then we'll have a hype video, or we are gonna have the commentators TNA and Taz. They're gonna announce that tonight Angle and Jarrett, because at the pay-per-view Angle and Jarrett are facing Abyss and Gunner, so tonight they'll face Abdul, Bashir, and Williams. Even though Bashir is supposed to be the leader of the group, this is a lesser team. So Bashir is gonna team up with Williams. This is gonna be like a warm-up for Angle and Jarrett as they take on Gunner and Abyss, who are far physically superior. So the first match on the show is gonna be a tag team match, and we'll have the British Invasion, Rob, Terry, and Magnus taking on Matt Morgan, and his search for a new partner this week has stopped at Eric Young. And of course the idea here is for Magnus to beat Eric Young, and Matt Morgan is gonna be disappointed again because he can't find a new partner. All his new partners are failures as of right now. Then we are gonna have an announcement that but I don't want to put it as an announcement. I'm gonna put it as an interview. As you know, the Go Home show is supposed to be all about building up the pay-per-view because it will be in 3 days. So we are gonna have an announcement that Awesome Kong is gonna defend the KO title, the Knockouts Division title, in a gauntlet match against all the members of the roster, because she was bragging last week about needing competition and being dominant. So I guess this was the idea I wanted to do. This is not the type of segment that is needed, but so Tomko is still on the roster, if you guys remember. Tomko will go to the back and he'll ask Matt Morgan for a chance to revamp his career and have a team with him. So Morgan already failed with Zack Ryder and Eric Young, so I guess he'll think about it. This is supposed to be a face turn for Tomko. as he engages with Matt Morgan, who is a face, and this is where the storyline will carry on from here. So the next match on the show, Orlando Jordan is gonna beat Zack Ryder via interference from not interference, but the Pope is gonna provide a distraction. They're gonna beat down Zack Ryder after the match. This is supposed to put over the heels and put over them as a force, since we already established that Jordan and the Pope are gonna team up, since Jordan has agreed to join his congregation. So the next segment on the show is gonna be Daniels and Aries confrontation, and the final reveal of the stipulation of their match for the pay-per-view. No, not an interview. Let's have a one-on-one challenge for next big event. This is supposed to be the angle here. So Daniels will come out. He's gonna know what kind of stipulation he's gonna be featured in when he faces Aries at the pay-per-view. And Aries is gonna come out, and he said he talked to Bischoff a few weeks ago. It's gonna be a great stipulation where he can cheat. And can you guess the stipulation already? It's gonna be an I Quit match. Because in an I Quit match, you can't really cheat. I know The Rock cheated with Mankind like 20 years ago, but really, in an I Quit match, unless you have some sort of a pre-tape and if the referee is an idiot, you can't cheat. This is supposed to be the blow-off for their feud, so... So in this feud, you already know that Aries and Daniels faced off a few times, and Daniels outsmarted him every time with the fake blood, with the cheating. So we have to finally reward the victory for the babyface, and Aries is supposed to debut with this storyline, and I'm gonna put him over at the pay-per-view. I think this is obvious, so I'm just saying it because it's not a surprise. In the next match, Gunnar is gonna beat RVD when Kazarian will provide distraction, but Gunnar is not gonna want a distraction. Gunnar is actually gonna be pissed off at Kazarian for ruining his win, but this is supposed to put over the X Division title match, which is between RVD and Kazarian. RVD is gonna be losing his mind over Kazarian engaging in this match and ruining it. Tomko gained awareness from his turn, which is good. Now Gunnar gained awareness this match. So let's move on quickly because we have another part of the show to book, and we have also to tell you the card for the pay-per-view. So the next match I think is obvious, guys. This is supposed to this match is supposed to build the whole tag team world title match between Beer Money and Team 3D. So we'll have Robert Roode taking on Brother Ray. He's gonna win via cheating from his partner James Storm, and they're gonna have a confrontation after the match. They're gonna have a brawl. So, of course, earlier in the show we had Kazarian coasting RVD his match against Gunner, so we can't just put it like that and build up a match. We're gonna have a talking segment, and Kazarian is gonna say that RVD is the whole effing show, but in TNA he's the past and Kaz is the future. When RVD will say that Kazarian has never faced an opponent like him, so we will see what will happen on Sunday. This is gonna be the build for the X title match. The next match on the show is gonna be Samoa Joe taking on the sidekick of Scott Steiner, P.T. Williams, as he's gonna destroy him, obviously. As you remember, last week Joe was beaten badly by Steiner and Williams. This is gonna be like sending a message to to Steiner. After the match, we're gonna have a post-match interview with Joe. He's gonna tell Steiner he's gonna decimate him at the pay-per-view. He's gonna kill him. Then we're gonna have another promo. I think it's obvious that the go-home shows are usually promo heavy, because when the pay-per-view is just around the corner, when the pay-per-view is the next show, you're supposed to build the matches. You're not supposed to put on matches, because the purpose is for the people to wanna tune in or buy the pay-per-view or whatever. So the next match is gonna be a non-title match. Jeff Hardy will beat Chris Daniels clean. After the match, Robbie is gonna try to beat up Jeff, but he's gonna fail. Put on a good match. I don't think we need an interference from Aries, since we already established they're gonna face in an I Quit match. Daniels is just gonna lose here to Hardy. Then we're gonna have an interview with Mr. Anderson. He's gonna cut a promo on Sting. Pretty basic stuff, nothing really unique about the booking. Of course, we're gonna have a contract signing, as it's a necessity with big time matches. And I enjoy pretty much all of the contract signing segments. I think it builds great heat. In a contract signing, you have the two guys facing off. They are having a face-off in the ring, and they will talk shit to each other, and it's supposed to hype up the match in a great way. In the main event, we have already established that Jeff Jarrett and Kurt Angle are gonna face the weaker half of the World Elite, which is the leader Bashir and Douglas Williams. They're gonna win clean after the match. They're gonna have a failed run-in on Jarrett and Angle, and we're gonna have Abyss and Gunner try to attack the baby faces, but Angle and Jarrett are already gonna be. Actually, at the end, Abyss and Gunner are gonna try to run them down, but Angle and Jarrett are gonna be prepared, because they're gonna take some chairs and they're gonna run out the heels. So this show will end on a positive note. Jarrett and Angle are gonna go over the weaker part of the stable, and we will see what will happen at the pay-per-view. So let's see what rating this show got. 78, which is great. So it's Victory Road time. Let's just run down the card really quick, and I'm gonna end this episode. You're gonna see the pay-per-view in the next episode. X Division Championship, Kazarian will take on Rob Van Dam. Samoa Joe will take on Scott Steiner in a grudge match. Beer Money will defend the tag team titles against Team 3D. For the global title, Jeff Hardy is gonna defend against Robbie E. Austin Aries will take on Chris Daniels in an I Quit match. Awesome Kong is gonna defend the KO title in a Gauntlet Battle Royal. AJ Styles is gonna take on Jay Leto in a no DQ match. Angle and Jarrett are gonna take on Abyss and Gunner in a tag team match, and in the main event, Anderson is gonna defend the world title against Sting in a 6 Sides of Steel. This is the card for Victory Road, and we're gonna book the pay-per-view on the next episode. So bye for now.